Hello, and welcome to Ethics and Corporate Social Responsibility. I'm your Professor John Harvey, and here we are in week 15. My gosh, the semester has gone by so quickly. I wanted to shoot a video, and I know I sent a message out on Saturday, but it's worth kind of getting in front of you guys and talking about the semester and talking about the schedule here. So first, let's take the easy one here. Let's talk about the final exam. So the final exam is proctored, which means you do have to go to a testing center. So I have it set up at Boise State. I also have it set up in Burley and Twin Falls. I did remind you guys early on in the semester about if there was some other place that needed to get, you're needing to take the test, you need to let me know so I can work with the testing centers. And several of you reached out, from those different locations, and so all those testing facilities are ready for you. So you'll go in, you'll take your, you'll just log into Blackboard like normal. They have the password, so they'll get that set up. And again, it's just a way to ensure that you're the one taking the test. So fairly straightforward in that way. But the test itself, I do want you to know, is a tough test. I do have a study guide that's set up on the website, so look through that. That'll give you an idea on what to study, what to focus on. It is exhaustive. It covers the whole book, covers everything that we've covered in class, all the additional readings and all that kind of stuff. So it is exhaustive, it is tough, and it is worth 20% of your grade. So don't miss it. Make sure and take it, and make sure and study hard for it so that you guys get the maximum amount of points there. So it's worth 200 points out of the 1,000. So fairly intense. Now, here's the part about the schedule. I'm not allowed to assign any homework or any sort of items during dead week, and I've had students remind me about that, and so I want to make it very clear there's nothing due. Let's see, we're in week 15. Week 16 is dead week, so there's no assignments due. Everything that you've been given has been assigned before dead week, so that week is dead. There's no additional assignments there. What I tell you is prepare for the final exam. If you have other assignments that have not been completed yet, you can turn those in, and I'll get those graded for you. So here's what I did with the final exam. I did make it available starting on the 29th. So that is technically dead week. So you don't have to take a test during dead week, but you can take a test during dead week if you want to. You have the free right to do so. So I've set up the schedule to allow you to take the final exam between the 29th and I think I have the 10th on there. I think that maybe it's the 8th, which is a Friday, and I think the 10th is the Saturday or something or is the Sunday. So all the way through finals week, you can take the test during that time. Obviously, you need to work with the testing center and make sure that you pick a time that is available for you and that is available for them. And so, but I'm trying to give you extra time to be able to work through your schedule and work on that exam. So even though the syllabus says the test is due during testing week and nothing is assigned during dead week, I am telling you that the test is available earlier. So if you are prepared for it and want to take it early, you can do that. And the testing facilities are ready to take students during the 29th, unless they have some specific thing on the testing facility itself. But I told them to open it up from the 29th through I think the 8th. So you should have all that time to find a time to take the test. Okay, so study hard on that. Look at the study guide. Schedule your time with the testing center and get a time locked in. And good luck on that one, guys. It's a tough test, covers a lot, and I think you'll be really impressed with what we've covered this semester. ethics is something that can be a challenge to think about. And I'm really glad that we have this class, because it does challenge you to kind of figure out how you're going to deal with ethical issues. And I think that's a really valuable skill. It's a very valuable tool for you to have in your own personal lives. So I hope you've gotten a lot out of this semester regarding that. So, okay. Now, like I said, that's the easy one. Let's talk about the group assignment. Now, I'm going to pull up what I have on the on Blackboard for that, so I can get very specific and not misrepresent anything here. Okay. So Sunday, you turned in, or the majority of you turned in your assignments. So that was section module 14.14. That's when you loaded up your presentations, and I appreciate everyone that got their assignments in on time. I realized that some people had some challenges and were confused about deadlines and all that. Thank you everyone for getting those in. I really appreciate that. I know some of it was a rush job, and I realize that can be frustrating because you want to put your best foot forward, and I totally understand and appreciate that. That being said, they were in, they're assigned. Everyone looks like everybody's turned in their assignments as far as I can tell. There might be one straggler, but I think they're all in. So thank you for that, because as of, let's see, today is Wednesday, everyone should be watching those. They should be posting their thoughts on those. So again, just to make this clear, these were posted in the class discussion board so that you can watch everybody's discussion or everyone's video. So I don't want you just to focus on your own groups. Obviously you're focusing on everybody's. I want you to watch everyone's videos. I want you to then look within your own discussion, your own group, and have some conversation. That's what you should be doing. That's what you should have been doing yesterday, and hopefully you're doing that today. So by Friday, what I want is each of your groups to come up with a rank as to who you thought was the best, who you thought was the worst, 1 through 5, or however you want to do A, B, C, give them some sort of rating. But I want you as a group to come up with an agreed upon group evaluation of all the group assignments. Okay? So that discussion and that ranking and all that stuff happens in your own group discussion board. So you don't need to share that out on the class discussion board. Okay? What I want on the class discussion board is for you guys to ask questions. So, somebody might say something about, some issue, then you as an individual can go and ask them about that and say, hey, what did you guys mean by this? Or I was really curious about that, or something like that. There can be some dialogue back and forth about the assignment, about how you represented it or what your thoughts were. And the fellow classmates can then answer or ask those questions, and then the group can respond to those. So all that's happening on the class discussion board. But the ranking and discussion part happening internally should be on the group discussion board. Okay, so you don't need to sit there and go, I didn't like so and so, and I didn't think they did such a good job. Let's not share that with the whole class. You can have that discussion in your discussion group, but don't share that with the class. So I just want to be kind of clear about that, so that there's no hurt feelings there. I mean, everyone's put in a lot of effort and a lot of hard work on these things. So by Friday, what's supposed to happen here, what I'm shooting for, is that since everyone's watched all the videos, they've already asked questions to those groups, the group have responded to those, and then the internal group discussion has happened, where you guys have looked at all the videos, talked about them, and then come up with a final ranking. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for by Friday, is that everybody that's in a group has a group, an agreed upon group ranking of all the videos. Okay, so the whole intent with this thing is to flip the kind of classroom where you as the students then get to share, teach, and grade each other's work, right? So that's the intent here. I have modified this assignment from last semester, so I do want some honest feedback about how you feel this process works. I realize the scheduling was frustrating. I get that, but I do want to get your feedback on this group assignment piece of it. So feel free to please, share that part of it. Okay. I am very curious. I do want to know about that, and I will communicate the assignment and the scheduling and all that stuff better. And I'm sorry for the confusion there. Really am. So Sunday, the last part of this is you then have an evaluation of your team members, of your group. And so this is my little way to kind of force group. The intent here is to force groups to work well together, and find a way to kind of penalize those that don't help. Okay. So the way this works is if you're in a group and someone didn't help in the group, part of that group evaluation is to say, so-and-so didn't do any work. Okay. When I see that when a person is referenced twice out of the group to do that, they're going to lose all the points for this assignment. Okay, so this assignment is worth 100 points, so it's worth 10% of your grade. So what you're in essence doing is if somebody's sitting at an A level, they get kicked to a B, that's it, they're done. They just lose those points, and that's it. And so the whole intent with this was you need to work with your group and you need to work together, and if you don't, they can totally put this in the evaluation and then you just lose those points. So that is a reality of this thing. And I had mentioned this early on, but just kind of a reminder, you are doing a lot this week. You're watching all the videos, you're asking questions, you're discussing with your group, you're coming up with a ranking, and then you're also ranking or evaluating your own group. Okay, so that's what's supposed to be happening this week. Okay. Again, dead week, you are welcome to turn in any sort of, like, if somebody didn't finish chapter 15's quiz or something like that, you're welcome to do that during dead week. You're welcome to do it this week if you've got the extra bandwidth. Totally fine with that. I realize that since spring break, the scheduling has been confusing to people. I hope you understand. I've gone through and I've graded everything, and I've tried to make it really clear so you guys don't see any sort of penalties. I realize there's some confusion when you assign something and it says it's late, but I haven't been, like docking any points on that. So just, get the assignments in. You can use dead week if you want, although I'm not assigning anything during dead week. Okay, so you got that. All right, so if there's any other questions, let me know. Feel free to, send me an email, call me, put it in the chat or whatever. I'm definitely trying to respond to everything as quickly as possible. That being said, guys, I hope you really have enjoyed this semester. I've enjoyed teaching it. I think, this class is a very relevant and useful class. I have mixed feelings about actual corporate social responsibility, but it is a major part of this class. But I feel like the ethics part of this is really invaluable for you guys to just be thinking through and coming up with how you decide what's right and wrong, and how you implement that in your lives. So with that, guys, have a great week. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to watching all the videos as well and trying to culminate this grading thing. So with that, guys, have a great week and take care. All right.